today I am excited about the video. Oh, when I started this channel, I didn't really explain to you who I am and things about me. So I decided that we needed a whole video dedicated to me, myself, and I. I didn't want to answer just plain old boring questions, so I looked up funny questions about me. So that's what we're going to be asking. Before we get started though, I just want to show you my hoodie. It's just like a jacket, but here's the catch. The drawstrings are earbuds. Oh my god! Alright, so let's jump into the questions. Okay, so first question is, if you had to change your name, what would your name be? What would your new name be, and why would you choose that name? First of all, my name is Cole, obviously. My real name is Colton. I don't know now that I would change my name. I guess if I had to, I could just literally just change it to Cole because that's what everyone calls me and my real name's Colton. But when I was younger, I was obsessed with the name Drake because I used to love the show Drake and Josh. So I had this group of friends and we all had like fake names. Okay, I'm realizing now how weird this sounds. I should add that I was in elementary school and I'm not quite sure why we had fake names, but just go with it. And that's what I wanted everyone to call me. So I remember in my yearbook, people actually wrote down, like, have a good summer, Drake. I guess that's what I would have said when I was younger, but now I would probably just change it to Cole. So I got out of that one. Okay, here we go. What is a body part that you wouldn't mind losing? I would not mind losing my pinky toe because I cannot count the number of times that I have turned a corner around my bed, around a doorway, around some other kind of piece of furniture in the house, and my pinky toe has caught on the end of it and it really hurt. Next question is, what is your biggest screw up in the kitchen? I'm gonna have to say the Nutella cake that I made in my Nutella video. Okay, what is the closest thing to real magic? My hoodie buddy. Okay, next question is, what is the dumbest way you've been injured?
Settle in, girls. It's story time.
So, about 3 or 4 years ago, I went on a mission trip with my church choir. There was a youth choir, so everyone that was in middle to high school was able to be in the youth choir, and we would go on a mission trip every summer. We went that year to Washington, D.C., and on the way back, we were going to stop in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and stay in host homes for one night, and then that was Saturday night, and then Sunday morning we were singing in a church on in Chattanooga. We got ready for bed and we turned off the lights and we all like laid down in our beds, you know, get ready to go to sleep, and there was this nightlight or lamp or something that was still on, and the people that I was with, including myself, we were like, can we like turn that off because we don't like any lights at all while we were sleeping. So we were like, yeah, we'll turn it off. So we turned the light off, and at that point it was pitch black. Then we were like, okay, great, let's go to sleep. It was probably like 15 or 20 minutes after we like finally like settled down, we're going to sleep, I realized that I had to pee. It was like 3 separate beds along the wall and then another bed off to the side. And I was on the third bed right here, and the bathroom was all the way over here by the first bed. So I had to get up on this side and then walk all the way around the beds, and then the bathroom was over here. So on the way there, I made it successfully to my destination, and I went to the bathroom, felt much better, and I was great. Well, on the way back, something happened. In the middle of the room was this pole. And that sounds really odd, but it was like a post, I guess, like, since it was like a basement area, like, for support for houses, because houses need those sorts of things, whatever. There was this post, but it was like a decorative post where it looked kind of like a tree trunk, and so there were different knots on it, and long story short, on the way back, I ran straight into the pole, and my head hit one of the knots on the tree. So then I walked back around and I go like to sit down to get back in bed, and I like reach up like, ow, my head hurts, and I feel my forehead and I feel blood. I went back to the bathroom, I turned the light on, and I had sliced my forehead open. Blood was gushing out, and like if you did this, my skin would open up. It was disgusting. So we went and we woke up the mom and dad that we were staying with, and I had to ride with this dad that I had just met several hours before that to the hospital. and get stitches in my forehead, and then the next morning I had to perform with stitches on my forehead. Have I ever gotten a ticket for driving? No, but I have been with people who have gotten tickets, but I've never gotten a ticket myself. Would I rather live in a big city or on a farm? Most definitely in a big city. The farm reminds me of Riverdale, which I have been watching religiously this last season. And if you don't watch Riverdale and you don't know what that is, it was originally about like mystery and crime and just kind of like a normal show about crime, I guess. And then it kind of adapted to this weird like murder mystery in the second season, and now we're like in like a cult on the third season, and the farm is like this place where these people go and they mysteriously don't want to come back to the real world. And so yeah, I definitely want to live in a big city, not on the farm. Am I neat or messy? Well, as you saw in my video last week, I can definitely be messy, but I try to be neat whenever I can. What are two things that I am really good at? Sleeping and eating. What are three things that I would want to have if I was stranded on an island? Food, water, and my phone. Is there service on the island? You guys need to be more specific. What position do I sleep in? I usually sleep on my stomach, like this. But then I've also slept on my back and on my side. Okay, that was really dumb. I'm taking that one out. What do I do to de-stress? Usually I just ignore my problems and go to sleep. What are some of the best vacations I've had? Well, just going to Disney World recently was super fun. I've also been to Paris and London, and those were super fun, but I was a lot younger then, and I don't remember too much about it. I was in like 5th or 6th grade, but I remember them being super fun. Also, New York City. I still want to go to like LA because I love big cities. Do I move around a lot in bed? I don't know, I'm asleep. What is the most embarrassing story from my childhood? Does middle school count as childhood? I feel like all my stories are from middle school, but that's because a lot of things happened to me. One time when I was in middle school, I was in 6th grade, I remember this very vividly. I was in gym class and we were playing dodgeball. That was already a traumatic experience in itself. I was playing dodgeball, everything was going great, and there was one point where I reached down to pick up a ball and I felt something on my butt and I heard a noise that I've never heard before. I picked up the ball and continued playing. At the end of class, everyone was getting ready to go, and I was like, you know, what was that weird feeling I felt earlier that I have never felt before? And I reached back to feel, and I realized that my pants were ripped. Like, the whole back of my pants were ripped. I was super embarrassed. I had never had my pants ripped before. I had a jacket that day, and I was like, I'll just tie my jacket around my waist and no one will ever notice. That is the only thing I can think of right now that was super embarrassing. Other stuff has happened for sure, but I'm sure I'll talk about that at some point in another video. That's what you're getting for now. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment below if you want. And that's all I have for today. There's my garage opening, and I'll see you guys next week.